Nico's.
What it do, YouTube? I'm back with another Midnight Suns video. This time, we're gonna talk about the things that are in the game. This video is gonna have direct Q&A with the developer of the game, and then we're gonna just go and just kind of say our opinions of what we hope it means, our interpretation, and hopefully we get some new information here. I'm really excited about this game. I hope you guys like this video. Don't forget to press the like button if this video was helpful to you or you found it entertaining in one form or another. So let's get right into the video.
Firaxis will have favorites like Wolverine, Blade, Magix, and Captain Marvel fighting back demons of the underworld with some help from Doctor Strange and an all-new original customizable hero, the Hunter. Firaxis director Jake Solomon has joined us today to tell us a few more details about this new tactical RPG. Jake, thanks for stopping by.
Thank you very much for having me. I can't believe I'm actually talking about this game to somebody. So yes, sorry if I'm a little fired up right now.
No, fired up is good. We like fired up. There's probably no bigger property in the world today than Marvel. No pressure. How'd you come to work on such a big universe as the Marvel universe?
I mean, it was... So this is like a dream project for me and a lot of members of the team, but it wasn't something that we had really thought about. It was actually Marvel that approached us because they were fans of XCOM, which is the game we were doing before. And sometimes you hear that, and you don't know whether they, people say, oh yeah, I loved XCOM. But the first call I had with the Marvel team, they had like an executive vice president on the call, and he had very specific feedback for me about like the finale mission of XCOM, and a bunch of people were chiming in. So they were true fans, which was awesome.
That is fantastic to hear. That they were true fans of XCOM. That the people at Marvel was just heads over heel for XCOM games. That makes me want to I'm getting tear-eyed. Like legit teary-eyed, because that means they got free roam. So they said take who you want, use who you want, and give us that dang XCOM.
So we knew that we were going to partner our gameplay expertise with their amazing narrative, so it felt like a match made in heaven.
So the game shares a name with the 90s comic series. Can you speak to the connections between your game and the source material?
Yes, they're deep. So that is my favorite comic book event from when I was reading comic books as a kid. So yeah, the Rise of the Midnight Suns, it's this awesome early 90s like hair metal style supernatural event. It's probably the premier supernatural event in the Marvel comics. And it was something I grew up loving. It pulled together all the supernatural characters and had them fight this giant threat, which is Lilith, the mother of demons. And so we took that, from the very beginning, when we started working with Marvel, we knew that was the story we wanted to tell. We wanted to go to a corner of the Marvel Universe where we felt nobody else was at that moment, and it gave us our little space that we could tell our own story. And so, yeah, it's a comic that I and my narrative director both loved, and it's amazing. I recommend people check it out.
So he was actually, this is crazy. So Jacob is actually a fan of the Midnight Suns comic run. And unfortunately, Morbius is not in this game. DLC, please. XCOM been delivering nothing but great DLC. War of the Chosen was amazing. So hopefully we get some Morbius down the line with some DLC. And we get, this game was just, honestly, this game could survive for 2 to 3 years off of DLCs and expansions alone. Because it's just so much content you could do with the mythical realm of Marvel.
So you've gotten the chance to create your own original customizable hero, the Hunter. Can you tell us about what was that like creating this character, and what are the Hunter's powers?
So this is one of those rare ideas that actually from the beginning, when we were thinking about the design of this game, we always wanted to have a customizable character, something kind of new for the Marvel Universe, because we wanted the player to be able to put themselves into the game, a lot of this game is about not just fighting in combat, but also developing relationships with the heroes of your choice. The way you do that is by being the hunter. And so this hunter, they have a narrative connection because in our universe, they are actually the child of Lilith. But you can customize this character to look however you want, and you can customize how they play in combat as well. And that means you can channel light powers, which are a little more support, a little more buff, a little more healing, or you can channel dark powers, which are a lot more destructive, but they incur a cost on the hunter and the allies.
Wow, that's a lot to break apart there. So, as we covered in the previous video, the hunter is the child of Lilith. And it's also your child as well. So you can customize a hunter any way you want. If you've never seen customization in XCOM games, it's pretty in-depth. They have a lot of cool stuff. And so there's a lot of things you can do with the hunter. That hopefully it even lets you do the voices. That would be pretty cool. But he also mentioned hanging out with your favorite Marvel character in the game. So you get to make friendships. Does that make them stronger in combat? Is there only certain you can do through certain playthroughs? Does that mean there's going to be multiple playthroughs so you can befriend everyone? Like, I'm like a hint of Mass Effect here? Like, what is this companion system? I'm so excited.
I believe that you'll be making those connections at the Abbey, in between missions. Go out on a mission, come back to the Abbey, chat with your fellow heroes. Can you tell us what players can expect to do in their own mystical base?
Yes, so the Abbey, again, it's an all-new location that we designed with Marvel, and this is where all the Midnight Suns come back after combat, just like you said. And so I think there's like two big fantasies. If you're a fan of Marvel, there's like two powerful fantasies. One is fighting in combat, having that epic, awesome Marvel combat. But the other fantasy is also seeing the heroes hanging out with each other, how they interact with each other. And so that's the other big fantasy we want to fulfill in the Abbey. So yeah, after you come back from missions, you can choose what hero you want to hang out with, and you could say, all right, Ghost Rider and I are going to play video games, or Doctor Strange and I are going to meditate on the cliffs, or Tony Stark and I are going to go lift weights. And so the player has a lot of different activities to choose from, and it's not just hanging out at night. You can join clubs around the Abbey, you can talk to the heroes during the day, and all these things have an impact on your relationships with these heroes and how you sort of form these friendships. And of course, those friendships have huge benefits in combat gameplay as well.
Wow. Okay. Whoa. That's pretty cool. So he mentioned playing video games with Robbie, lifting weights with Tony, meditating with Strange, but he also said that there's also clubs you can join around the Abbey. And so this is like a hub. It's like a living, breathing hub area with factions, it seems, within the factions. So this is actually pretty interesting. I'm really, oh my god, I'm so excited about this game.
Are there any characters you can become more than friends with, or is this hangout time strictly professional?
I totally get why you're asking that. I think that, in your mind, you can be whatever you want to be, but we are saying that you are just very, very, very close friends.
Whoa, okay. Got it.
So we can't do romance. That's kind of sad. That's kind of sad. Marvel's not going to let it happen. That sucks. I would love to see some romance options, but at the same time, I don't really need it. We could just be homies. My head can't exist, whatever that is.
The heroes that you've revealed so far include some very well-known characters from the Avengers, the X-Men, and the Runaways. Can you share any details on what sort of your versions of these iconic characters are, how they differ or not from the more established portrayals that people might be familiar with?
Yeah, that's important because some of these characters, as you said, Doug, they're really familiar. People know who Wolverine is. People know who Iron Man is, Doctor Strange, and that's okay for people to come into our story with that knowledge. But at the same time, this is an entirely new universe that we've created, and so we've kind of set up our own story. And so Tony Stark is still genius, billionaire inventor, but in our universe, he and Doctor Strange are being forced to work together, kind of this marrying tech to mystical, and they've got this very at odds relationship. But we're also introducing a lot of new characters. So characters that players may not be as familiar with, and that's exciting for us. So characters like Magic, who's an awesome New Mutant and X-Men character. Nico from the Runaways, which you mentioned. The new Robbie Reyes Ghost Rider. I don't know if I'm so old that, like, I don't know, do people know who Blade is anymore? Like, who doesn't know Blade? But maybe, I don't know, maybe there's some people who aren't as familiar with Blade. So for us, it's fun to have the established characters and pull them into this dark side of Marvel. Like, it's fun to see the characters you know and love and put them in this situation where you never see them fighting demons, all these supernatural threats.
So this will not be intertwined with the rest of the games. This will be a standalone experience, so it can have its own sequels. It can stay in its own little pocket of a multiverse, which I'm pretty cool with that.
People have forgotten about Blade. They're going to remember when the new Marvel Blade movie comes out. So your characters,
That's right.
You've already revealed some fan favorite characters. Is that roster going to continue to grow? Are you going to reveal more characters as we get closer to launch?
Yeah. We have 12 heroes in addition to the Hunter at launch. So we're going to definitely reveal more of those as we go on.
Got it.
12 in total. So let's count that addition to the Hunter. So the Hunter is not included with the heroes. So we have Cap Marvel, Blade, Cap America, Iron Man, Doctor Strange, Magic, Nico. That's 7? Oh, Wolverine and Ghost Rider. That's 9. So there's 3 more characters. So Morbius might actually be in this. They might just be holding Morbius back until their live stream.
Looks like the heroes that we've seen so far are wearing new costumes. They look great. Is there any sort of practical purpose to costumes that you've designed here?
Yes, so players are going to be able to unlock new costumes for their heroes, all of which unlock their ultimate ability, this legendary ability called their Midnight Suns ability, which for every hero is sort of battlefield changing. They unlock passives through that as well, but all of those things are fueled again by your relationship with those heroes. So if you want them to develop, the strongest version of that character is one that the Hunter develops relationships with.
That's very interesting. So the way the system works for the costumes, the reason we see them have different costumes is based on a relationship with the Hunter. So if you want them to be in their Midnight Suns abilities and the Midnight Suns costume, they have to have max relationship with the Hunter.
So since we're going to be dealing with more mystical elements, supernatural elements, how does someone like Wolverine compete against an enemy like that?
Well, yes, that's exactly it. And that's what's kind of fun is saying exactly like Wolverine or Iron Man or Captain America, what is it like when they have to fight demons? And so that's where they're kind of on their back foot when they meet this other team that is used to the supernatural, the original Midnight Suns. And so the idea is that the Hunter is there to kind of pull everybody together. Our Hunter is a legendary demon hunter in the Marvel Universe. And so it's up to the player to sort of lift everybody up and teach them how to face these supernatural threats.
Oh, I like that a lot.
Well, I'm very excited. I love your work on XCOM. I love the Marvel Universe. It seems like this is going to be chocolate and peanut butter together. Marvel Midnight Suns will be out in March 2022 across PC, PlayStation 5, PlayStation 4, Xbox Series X and S, Xbox One, and Nintendo Switch.
Nintendo
Thank you so much
Switch
to
too?
Firaxis
Wow.
for joining us today. We can't wait to see more.
Yo, so this is looking like it's just a freaking home run. I mean, seriously, what is there to dislike? This is looking like it's just about to be extremely good. I am super excited for this. I like the character narrative that they're going for. With the clash of styles, the clash of world. This is going to be some really cool stuff here. So I'm head over heels for this. I cannot wait. In a couple of days, we'll have their official gameplay that they're going to release. They're doing a stream in a couple of days. They're going to do an official gameplay stream. So we'll be able to see that. I have my notifications set for that, so I'll give it to you guys as soon as it goes up. If not the day, then the day after. I'm super excited for it. That's the end of the video, guys. Let me know what you think about the Midnight Suns. Let me know what you think about Guardians of the Galaxy. Hell, let me know what you think about Avengers in the way it's playing right now with all these other Marvel games coming to the forefront right now. Again, don't forget to hit the subscribe button if you haven't already hit it. And hit the like button if you found this video helpful at all. Thank you guys. I love you guys so much.